Okay, time to sell my bike and pay for another month's labor. Welcome to starting a small business, and sacrifices now for pleasures later, hopefully. Anyway, this is my personal bike. I've had it for about 6,000 miles. It runs excellent. There's no issues I've ever had with it, or as far as needing anything like that. It fires right up. It's a 2008 SV650S. It's got a clean title in hand, and yeah, I just gave it a bath, so it's got a little bit of water still dripping on it. But other than that, it doesn't leak anything. Fires right up even when sitting. It is fuel injected, so that's obviously for there. It's got just over 22K, I believe, on it, miles wise, and I'll get it running here in a second, but I'm going to do just a video of let's see here, the overall bike here. Let's see here. Okay, so 23,000, almost 24,000 on it. It's 23,868, and you can see everything works. Lights come on like this. The little check light comes on, which is all your warning, basically showing you that the warning lights are working, that they haven't been disabled. So if you ever go to a bike, and especially on a Suzuki, and that stuff doesn't come on, there's a problem usually with the bike, or somebody's disabled something on it. So everything works on it as it should. And I got the lights going on it up here, obviously, both lights, and then the brights, which is this switch here, and you'll see them switch there. Everything works like that. Pass light, this is just well, I'll turn it on here, and it allows you when you're passing somebody for safety reasons. Turn signals, you got the turn signal when they're going, and then obviously this is the left turn signal, and then back here you got that one going, and then you hit it down here and it turns them off. And you also see, I'll turn it to the right one, you got the blinker there going. Come back here, that works. I just wanted to show you, all this stuff so you can see that the bike is in working order like it should be. Obviously don't want to jump on something like this and not be somewhat safe. So always check things out before you ride. As like a pre-ride check, I go over, it's just common to do on anything that goes really fast like this. So basically this bike, I'll tell you a little bit about why I bought it. And I've had 1000s before. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'3". I was a little concerned with this bike when I first got it, before I actually had picked it up, that it wasn't going to be quite enough power for me. And it has plenty of power because it's a V-twin. So it's got that low end grunt, a lot of torque. Its top speed is 125 according to the manufacturer. I've got it up to about 120 before, and it definitely is topping out about that. So it's not built for the speed. It doesn't have that longevity as far as speed wise in the distance that your inline fours, or your race rockets or crotch rockets, what do you want to call them, more your race style bike. This is more of a sport touring bike. And realistically, it's actually made for, or at least I feel like it's made for the tight turns. It's probably one of the best cornering bikes I've ever ridden in the canyons here in Colorado. It is just amazing going up the canyons with it. Actually, I usually outdo any of my buddies on their race bikes in this bike. It's a small bike, and it's just got a ton of agility and whatnot in it. So as you can see, it's in really good shape. I'm going to go over some things on it so you see exactly what you're getting. That's why I like these videos. Tires are fairly new on this thing. They were put on less than 1,000 miles ago. They probably have about, to be honest, they probably have about 800 miles on them. So they're all in good shape as far as that goes. You still have lots of life left. There's no flat spots. I don't do any burnouts in them, anything like that. And then I just put this pipe on. I do have the original pipe that you're more than welcome to go back on, although when you put these pipes on, they do require you to cut the exhaust, but you could reclamp it back on. I think this is a much better pipe. Performance-wise, gained a little bit, and then not only that, but it's noisier. The stock pipes in these things, not only are they big, and I think they look really goofy, but they're really quiet. And there's that saying, loud pipes save lives. Well, in this case, you want the louder the better, because you can sneak up on people real easy, and you don't want them turning into you and stuff. So that's part of the reason I did that. Plus, I just like the sound of it a lot more and whatnot. So it's got that on it. Everything else is pretty much stock on it. It does have the sliders on it, or the whatever you want to call them, sabers. There's a couple scratches on it. Why I've had it, I'm the second owner, and when I've had it, it's never been down on me. Like I said, I'm a big enough guy that it'd be pretty hard for me to take a bike like this down without screwing myself up, and I'm all in one piece right now. So, but it does have some scratches on it. There's a scratch here, which for 23K, you're gonna have a couple scratches on these things. But overall, it's in good shape. The guy before me put, I think it's Plasti Dip on it. You could redo it. It looks fine from far, but up close you can definitely tell it's got more of a texture to it now. And then you can see this where they Plasti Dipped it. It's coming off a little bit in this area, or you could just have these painted, or you can bring it back to it was that gray color, more like this when it was all said and done. So there's your SV650S. And then going down to the engine compartment, it's all super clean. Always done excellent maintenance on it and whatnot. It's got a little bit of a scuff on this little radiator here where the paint's chipped off, and then that's it actually on the bike. Otherwise, it's in excellent shape. It's got two snags, a little one here and a little one there. I would just replace this piece. There's some cool, I was actually going to do a couple things to it, but again, and just so you know what I do, I have a Jeep yard, actually probably the largest Jeep yard in the US as far as used parts go. So, you know, this bike it's just been a joy to have, and a true pleasure to have, but I got to keep this thing going as I am in. This place has been around for 30 years, but I bought it in October, so we're technically kind of in our first year, and we just have a little bit longer to go. So I am selling off my toys. I sold my personal Jeep last week, so that's gone. And then yeah, just got the bike left. So so let me go ahead and fire her up. I'll make another video, the bike running. This is just the overall condition, and that way you can skip right to them if you want to rewatch it or something and just hear it run. So just so you know, as far as you know, this is all cold, okay, all the way up to your header here, so you can't grab these things. Obviously my hand's fully around it if this bike was hot at all. So I like cold starts for people to see just exactly what it takes to get this thing running. And it's always been in the garage. Garage is a little messy right now, but we do have a spot picked out for it. It's got a 10-foot diameter around it, so nothing can get near it and scratch it anymore. Other aftermarket stuff on it is just your side mirrors, which these are a lot cooler, I think, than the other ones. So let me back up just a minute. I'll give you kind of an overall. Sorry, the lighting's a little weird on this because of the sunlight back there, but you can really see and appreciate the condition of this bike, and it's got a lot of life left in her. So all right, without further ado, you know, email me if you have any other questions, but please look for the next video so you can just see how she runs. Thanks for watching.